at the two sides, which of course unsurprisingly, I suppose to many, have had a couple of changes for the ones listed in the programme earlier this week. They will start with the Killmallock side, and they're going through their final paces over to our right hand side, and they line up with familiar face Barry Hennessy in goals, Dan Joy, Gavin O'Mahony and Liam English are the full back line. Aaron Costello and Paddy O'Loughlin are the wing backs, with Dylan O'Brien coming in place of Robbie Hanley, who is away. Phelan O'Reilly captains the side from midfield, and he's joined by Kevin O'Donnell. Micheál Houlihan, Oisin O'Reilly and Killian Hayes are the half forward line, with Graham Mulcahy missing out altogether through injury. Shane O'Brien, Robbie Egan and Conor Hanley-Clark make up an exciting inside line. We'll look now at the Doon side, which also shows a couple of changes. Doon short, of course, a number of players, and most notably perhaps Richie English, of course, who unfortunately did his cruciate for the second time in recent weeks, and he misses out for the entirety of this campaign. But their management team, which is headed up by Fergie O'Loughlin, the Clare man, and he has gone with Tomás Lynch in goals. We are looking at Padraig Ryan wearing number 22 in the full back line. Owen Fitzgibbon and Diarmuid O'Cummin join him. Cian O'Donovan, Cormac Ryan and Sean Blackmore make up the half back line. Darragh O'Donovan and Jack Ryan are partnered at midfield, while Gareth Thomas comes in for the injured Barry Murphy in the half forward line. Eddie Stokes is at centre forward, while Adam English wears number 12. Pat Ryan is the team captain, he's wearing 13. Donald Coughlin, the youngster, is at 14, and Kevin Maher completes the lineup with number 15. As I said, a dry evening here. These two sides met in the semi-final last year in absolutely horrendous conditions, when it took a Robbie Egan goal right at the death to send Killmallock to the decider, where they were ultimately defeated by Napirsig. TJ Ryan is alongside me. TJ, good evening to you. How are things?
Good evening, Tom. I remember that semi-final last year. The rain was absolutely horrendous on the evening, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we're in the stand here. We're ducked for cover, but in fairness to our cameraman Johnny, he got absolutely soaked on last evening's broadcast. He's just about dried out. He went for cover this evening. I wouldn't blame him one bit, but in fairness, it has been a fantastic day in South Limerick so far, and hopefully that will continue and the game will match it. TJ, those lineups, notable absentees on both sides. I suppose the fact that there's 5 games, there's 4 teams going through with this group, it's not the be all and end all for these sides, a win here this evening, but nevertheless it's going to be difficult if players are missing.
It's kind of a typical first round championship feel to it, and these two teams, I think we will be expecting that they will be in the 4 and they will be qualifying. So yeah, just a couple of things to watch out for. I suppose the inter-county watch, I suppose after the glorious season that Limerick have had, will be interested to see how they settle back in. Can sometimes be difficult to come back down to club and get kind of totally into the zone straight away, so we'll watch that. Like Killmallock also have gone with Gavin O'Mahony at full back. That's an interesting change from last year, so we'll be curious to see that. But plenty youngsters and young talent on view as well, and you know, guys like Adam English, I suppose, maybe who's trying to maybe break onto the Limerick first 15. Be interested to see how he goes in the championship as well. I also noticed as well, Tom, there seems to be a breeze blowing maybe down towards the pitch and put end. I'd say it's worth a couple of points. It seems to be strong enough looking at the flags at the back of the goal, so I'd say a couple of points maybe to the team playing down to the pitch and punch end.
Yeah, your viewers will see on screen there that the tricolour there is most definitely blowing down, as TJ says, from left to right as you view it, so that could be valuable to these sides, and of course with some sharp shooters on both sides they'll want to use that to full effect. But you mentioned the Limerick exploit. Obviously disappointing that Graham Mulcahy misses out. He was not tugged at all. I see him actually over on the far side. He's over beside the dugouts there himself, and obviously the rest of the guys, such a good innings with Limerick. Disappointing for maybe even the youngsters of other clubs who've probably come down to see their stars in action that they're missing out, but hopefully we'll see Graham and a few others back as the season goes on.
Yeah, I suppose, look, injuries are part and parcel of it, I'm sure, no doubt. The fact is, again, it's the first round, obviously they're minding him. There's a game coming again next week, and unfortunately the other side, Doon, have had horrible luck with injuries there. I said Mikey O'Brien and both himself and Richie English doing the cruciates. Big loss for them, great club players. Like, yeah. The other interesting thing there was bits of rumours going around that Fergie O'Loughlin was going to have the great Davy Fitz on the line with Doon. I don't see him, Tom, unless he's hiding somewhere.
As I said,
maybe Johnny can find him somewhere, Johnny.
Yeah, before we went live, I said to TJ, he must be just having a quick round of pitch and put, testing out the rough facilities here. But yeah, no sign of Davy Fitz. Davy Fitz watch will continue maybe until the end of this one. But Fergie O'Loughlin stepping into the breach in recent weeks, and he saw them, I suppose, win the league against Killmallock, the county league. Maybe not too much importance played on that by either side, but nevertheless good to have a winning feeling if you're doing TJ. We were discussing as well earlier there the games last night. I was at Patrickswell and Piershig. There was also wins for Ballybrown, Adair and Mungret St. Paul's. You were at watching your own club, Gary Spillane, defeated 4-11 to 1-11. Were Adair impressive, or it was obviously all the games last night played in tricky conditions. So what did you make of it?
Yeah, they were full value for the win, to be fair. They got goals at the right time. They got a great start. They were 2-4, 2 points up, and kind of minded that all the way through. Gary Spillane were chasing it. So, difficult. And I suppose, considering there's another game coming straight away, Tom, I think teams will like maybe to have a little bit of pressure off, because you definitely don't want to lose two. So I said the teams that lost are going to be under pressure for the coming week. So again, last night in Clahan, good win for Patrickswell, gives the championship a bit of a shake up. I think the Piershig are most people's favourites, and I know they were without a couple of lads as well, right? And every team will be working towards having their best 15 on the pitch, maybe heading for September. But at the same time, you have to get the business done and get qualified. And look, maybe I said who goes straight to the semi-final. The winners of tonight will probably have a big say in that. Yeah,
most definitely. And if you look at Group 2, obviously two sides coming through, so good early footprints put down by Mungret, Adair and Ballybrown, and most notably Mungret, 18-point winners over your near neighbour South Liberty. So that's a statement of intent from them. A couple of their players mentioning to me at the launch that they weren't just happy to stay in senior last year. They want to kick on and want to do good and get it into the knockout stages. So that's certainly a shot in the arm for them. Johnny Murphy is the match official for this one. The Glenrue Ballylanders clubman. He's one of the top officials in the country, and I recently met Fergal Horgan. He said if it wasn't for Limerick's success, that Johnny may have presided over a couple of All-Ireland finals, but nevertheless a very, very experienced official, TJ, and it's good to see him also back in the club scene.
Yeah, for sure, one of the best. And as I said, look, this is going to be the makings of a good match. I'd say it'll be tough and it'll be tight, and he'll be kind of challenged at times. It will be interesting to see the matchups, like let's say maybe either side kind of pinpoint a player, maybe whether it's Adam English or maybe Shane O'Brien, and who they detail to mark them. So the matchups early on will be interesting to see, or maybe with that little bit of a breeze, what way are the formation. So yeah, we look plenty to look out for early on.
Yeah, there's the man in the picture there, Pat Ryan. He's captain in the side. He went stateside, and I think what he said to me when I met him at the launch was, he said he got to play more games over there than he would here. So he was looking at that as a positive. He was sharpening up the skills, and maybe just give him a new lease of life. Obviously, he was at the start of the year in the Limerick panel. Things didn't work out for him from that point of view, but I don't think he's sour about that or anything. He's just going to get his head down and hurl away for his club now.
Yeah, and he's a serious inside forward. We all know what he's capable of. I imagine he'll line up inside, and Doon will be looking for him to lead the line. And as you said, he got plenty scores over in the States too. So yeah, his eye is definitely in.
Yeah, well, the final huddles being gathered there for Doon. Anyway, Killmallock still going through their paces. As TJ mentioned, wind going from left to right. So we'll see now who has won or indeed lost that toss, and what influence it has. Fergie O'Loughlin, of course, was a coach with Ballybrown last season. He brings Derek Dormer, who's also involved there. They've come across now, filling in midway through the season. A difficult one for any management team, TJ, to be coming into a team mid-season. Look, Doon are obviously a well-oiled machine, but they've had their troubles now with injuries and stuff like that. But for Fergie, I'm sure he knew the Limerick club scene, and his backroom team did, but still difficult to try and get a handle on what's what in such a short space of time.
It certainly is, and look, Doon have a big squad, and in fairness to Doon, they've produced an awful lot of young players over the last number of years, so he hasn't had time maybe to get to see all of them. We have two of them playing tonight, actually, in number 7 Sean Oak Blackmore and number 14 Donald Coughlin, who are very young players, new to the scene, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. But look, he's had to get on with it. Sometimes you get a bounce factor from the players, and that look, there was a change for whatever reason, so look, we'll know very shortly now as to how that went.
Yeah, well, you can see number 13 for Killmallock there, Shane O'Brien. He must be still growing. He's getting bigger, it seems, by the day. I look at Shane O'Brien, not to say it didn't work out, Jesus, it's only his first year in the Limerick panel. There's the ceiling is potentially quite high for him. Even Micheál Hoolan he seems to be alongside him there. These guys, being in that Limerick environment, that obviously that winning environment, but also that even that rootlessness in training, it's really only going to sharpen them for the club championship.
It is, and you can clearly see, as I said, the intercounty players, as I said, their body and their physique is just a little bit better shaped than maybe a lot of normal club players. They've been used to the A versus B. I imagine they're in the semi-final and the final. We're all trying to make a statement again on the 26. But two probably of Limerick's most exciting younger forwards in Adam English and Shane O'Brien for sure.
Most definitely. Well, we're almost set to go as the wind appears to be picking up and up, and it looks like Killmallock they're going to have it at their back. So their netminder, Mr. Barry Hennessy, has gone up to the goal to our left. So the sliotar is called for by Mr. Johnny Murphy, and we're almost set to go. A decent crowd must be saved beside us and behind us here. And a few on the far side enjoying the
Aaron
bit of the sun.
Costello and Adam English seems to be one anyway straight away. He kind of just gone straight onto him. Looks like he's in the centre forward position.
Yeah, we're underway as Kevin O'Donnell is wearing 9. He's gone back into the wing back position, so changes aplenty as Doon get the first possession, and Darragh Donovan with that typical style delivers it inside looking for Garrett Thomas, but it looks to be the number 17, that's Dylan O'Brien. He's gone back to corner back, so he clears his lines but can't find a teammate as the men from the east look to open their scoring. Darragh Donovan plucks that one out of the air off the right, but to the right and wide, and a snapshot from him there. But good athleticism to pluck the ball out of the air.
You'd have fancied him to score straight in front of the goals. He's had a couple of possessions early on.
Yeah, he's a busy boy, and certainly you'd feel a nailed on all-star. Although you never know what way those ones can finish up.
I know, I'd be fairly confident that one will go through all right.
Donald Coughlin has had his welcome to senior hurling. He's met Dan Joy, and in fairness to Coughlin, diminutive looking forward in terms of maybe the strength and conditioning, but no doubt a skillful one, as we'll probably see over the next 60 minutes or so. As the puck out from Barry Hennessy, you'll see the effects of that wind goes all the way down, looking for Conor Hanley-Clark. Breaks to Robbie Egan. He's bearing down a goal. Egan after right into the back of the net, and Robbie Egan with just about 80 seconds on the score or on the clock, I should say, rifles one to the net, and Doon will not like the side of Robbie Egan again.
Yeah, no, it seems to be kind of a straightforward enough ball into Conor Hanley-Clark. He kind of held it up and just got a ball to Robbie Egan, and the whole thing opened up very easy for him. Yeah,
well, a lightning start last night for the Pearson with Peter Casey goaling inside a minute. Well, about a minute and 20 on the clock there as Robbie Egan. So in the space of 2 championship minutes against Doon, he scored 2 goals more or less, and lightning start for them as Gavin O'Mahony opens up the shoulders and delivers into Oisin O'Reilly. They're hunting another score here. O'Reilly has to check his run though, and off the left that's going to go across the face of goal and wide. But well, Conor Hanley-Clark will claim the assist for that goal, but it seemed a little bit too easy for Doon, that departed like the Red Sea, as they say.
Definitely good ball from Gavin O'Mahony. I'm trying to figure out where he's playing. He is following Sean Blackmore, so it's tricky to know the formation at the moment.
Yeah, TJ will try and keep up to date with everything off the camera, so to speak, as this one goes. But the ball now with Kevin Maher. He's definitely not playing a corner forward, and I don't think anyone expected that, as he comes out to Garrett Thomas. Thomas sends it off the right. That's going to tail to the right and wide, and Doon a little bit inaccurate with their couple of shots so far.
Yeah, the middle third is pretty crowded. Aaron Costello sitting in the pocket at the moment, receiving the puck out there now, and Gavin O'Mahony is pushing full up on his men.
Costello looks for O'Reilly, but he's actually found O'Brien. Lovely little pop off to Hurley, and
Shane O'Brien is off the mark.
He is indeed Shane O'Brien. Nice and simple in a way for him, but nevertheless he pops it over as Darragh Donovan is well bottled up here. But Conor Hanley-Clark are fighting for it on the ground, and it's Hanley-Clark who has it now. Little flick off to O'Mahony, and it's just I think it was just tentatively going for a goal, but it's tipped down around the post by Tomas Lynch, and we're going to have the very first 65 of the evening as Johnny Murphy goes in to have a quick word with I think a couple of players again, just laying down the law, so to speak. But Killmallock wouldn't say going for goals, but they're not ignoring the chances when they're coming. They're just having a look every time they get it in the inside line. Yeah,
they definitely made the better start, and they look very dangerous inside. Obviously, Oisin O'Reilly's playing at full forward. Shane O'Brien is top of the right, and Conor Hanley-Clark. That's a very dangerous full forward line, and you can very clearly see the boys here when they got to those 2 or 3 balls. They were looking for the runs and they were playing good ball in.
So Micheál Houlihan, a very bright league campaign for Limerick, it must be said, but didn't make it Championship 26, such as the competitiveness of it. It's Houlihan. Arrows this one straight and true, and he's off the mark. So Egan, O'Brien and now Houlihan have all put their names on the score sheet inside 5 minutes, and a delightful start for last year's runners up as Doon look for something to settle them down, as it's Cormac Ryan in possession. Ryan looks up well and sends it towards another Ryan. That's of course Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan just runs out of road there, and Doon TJ, you think probably need a score maybe just to settle them. They need something
Just
to
need
go their way.
Yeah, just need something to settle them. Given the players that they're missing, I said just to get into the game, and I said now they are playing it into the breeze, so that will be a little bit more difficult. But the ball in from Cormac Ryan just a bit too wide there. Gavin O'Mahony is definitely playing in the forwards. He's definitely playing at right half forward. Aaron Costello has dropped back. He's minding the house. So from a Killmallock point of view,
as Paddy O'Loughlin cuts this one in. Another man who played his part in the 4-in-a-row success in the early stages, as Adam English breaks onto it. English looks for a score, and he has sent that also to the wide. There's groans around us from those from Doon and Dula here in support.
3 wides, Tom, in the early stages, and all 3 scoreable, so that's probably why the groans are there.
Yeah, and I think when you see someone like Adam English, you nearly expect the score, but they are human after all, as Robbie Egan doesn't gather possession, and Doon playing with fire, you feel. They come back to Darragh O'Donovan, no better player to tidy up a ball like that, as again it's scrappy from Doon, and again Killmallock are in to win it. And a chance now for Killian Hayes. Hayes off the right, and Hayes makes no mistake from there. Killian Hayes, wearing number 20, in from the start, and 6 points the margin already. 6
points, yeah, and they just really seizing those chances. Another mistake, handling error from
oh, look
Doon.
at that from English. He's a really pacey player. Adam English, his shot though, it leaves a lot to be desired, and it's a quartet of wides now.
Yeah, the puck outs are going really fast on both sides, aren't they, Tom?
They most certainly are. Johnny Murphy's not giving me a chance to make a note of the wides. Slow down, Johnny, as the ball goes in long. But this is what we're here for, fast champion. Oh, look at that pick from Shane O'Brien. Shane O'Brien off the right, and Shane O'Brien has added one from the right hand side now. I think I said it last year, TJ, on one of the games we did. His highlight reel must be, it's getting longer and longer. The finish, maybe, it looks easy because it's Shane O'Brien, but the pick up to start
is just classic. Yeah, really lovely inside forward. Darragh O'Donovan is definitely playing in a sweeper-ish position for Doon, isn't he? Yeah, that's the way they're setting up. So there's a free player on both sides. Killmallock's use of the ball, good though.
Absolutely, they're taking the sweeper out of it as Oisín O'Reilly gets on it. Donovan's going to have to meet him. Oisín O'Reilly, what can he do from here? Gets it onto his left. Oisín O'Reilly, back of the net. And inside 7 minutes, the margin is already double digits.
10 points. It's a blistering start. As I said, Doon playing with a sweeper. It's not working for them. Killmallock's use of the ball really good, and they've got huge pace and huge power inside.
Yeah, well, Oisín O'Reilly, he is one of the fastest forwards in the county. There's no doubt about that, but it still took a bit of finishing from there. He had the skills to do that, as again Killmallock in possession. Paddy O'Loughlin off the right. It's a familiar striking technique. That's going to go close, but it's into the hands of Tomas Lynch, and he finds O'Donovan, and he looks to go long towards Pat Ryan, and Ryan is well marshalled inside as Dan Joy looks to come up with possession. Pat Ryan hassling Joy, but Joy is able to find O'Loughlin as Liam English is injured on the turf, so we'll see if he gets back to his feet. And O'Reilly again was thinking, I was going to open up there. It's a line ball for the Baalbek.
I think it's Liam English that's down with an injury for Killmallock. So, yeah, unbelievable start for Killmallock. Statement made in the opening, 8 minutes, 10 points up, 2-4, and just look really dangerous inside. As I said, they've set up with Oisín O'Reilly, Conor Haney Clark and Shane O'Brien, which is a fair club full forward line, and as I said, the use of the ball and the ball in is quite good, nice and pacey. Doon are playing an extra defender back, but it's not working for him at the moment because the quality of Killmallock's play is too good. Yeah,
maybe the break coming at a good time for Doon. They can get a few messages on. Or was that you said there many moons ago, too old, too slow, 2-4?
2-4, yeah. 2-4.
There was nothing slow about this 2-4. Lightning start as Killmallock, well, anyone that questioned their hunger in terms of trying to get back towards that Daily Cup will have been quelled so far anyway. Really want to lay down a marker here this evening. Patrick Swell made a bit of a statement last night, defeating the reigning champions in the Pearshig, but time for them to recover.
Even when you consider no Robbie Hanley and no Graham Mull, it's just incredibly good start, isn't it?
It most certainly is, and I see David Wolfe listed as number 31, a man who's also featured down the years for them. So, and of course, Paddy O'Brien we're forgetting altogether from the picture, not listed at all. He's out with an injury, I'm told, as well. So, a great servant, of course, to the club. So, plenty of injuries, it seems, across the county, but nevertheless we're here as Conor Hanley Clark with the line ball cuts it beautifully, but not going to go on target. It's going to go towards Shane O'Brien. He's tussling for it, and Doon come up with the goods, and O'Donovan straight after Hurley, just fires it up looking for Adam English, I think. But again, the half-back line of Killmallock are motoring quite well, and Oisin O'Reilly, look at the pace of this guy, gets his bit of space, and Oisin O'Reilly has sent that one to the right and wide.
Yeah, as I said, Killmallock have Kevin O'Donnell kind of sitting back here. He's the free man here. So Dara Donovan is the +1 on one side. Kevin O'Donnell is sitting in behind the half-back line there. It's definitely working well for Killmallock. They're well stacked where the ball is dropping. Is that Liam English gone off?
Yeah, Liam English is on, and Stephen Quirk wearing 25 is in. So disappointment for the number 4, Liam English. And hopefully nothing too serious, as he's attended to by Liam Mulcahy, the physio over there, as Doon go in search of an opening score, something just to give them a chink of hope in this game, as the ball is again lost in the inside forward line, and again it's Killmallock through Costello who come up with it. Houlihan back working hard for his team, playing a bit of basketball with it, and they eventually run out of road.
A little bit tight to the line there, right? Yeah. Doon just need to score, Tom. Don't they? Just need to get it settled, need to get something, win a free or whatever, get a ball over the bar and get things moving.
Have we had a free yet?
Yeah.
For the cynics around the county would say Johnny Murphy's a bit too whistle happy at times. Well, he seems to have left it in the car so far anyway, as Adam English's line ball goes from one wing to the other.
Yeah, just nothing going right from it all at the moment. Yeah, all too easy for Killmallock, but yeah, they need a score.
They most certainly do, yeah, as Killmallock just that break did break up their momentum 2-4 inside the first 7 minutes, and a mini drought by their standards so far, as they again, well, that's another line ball where it'll turn into Limerick Galway game when we had how many line balls in that game, if anyone recalls it. Yeah. As English is going to fancy this one into the breeze.
Yeah, amazingly formation wise again, Tom, we only have 2 Killmallock forwards inside the 65 in Robbie Egan and Shane O'Brien. Shane O'Brien is deep on a one-on-one, so I'm sure they want to get a ball in there.
Ball cut by Garrett Thomas, but
here we go.
Again, Killmallock seem to have numbers. Well, as TJ said, they've loads back, as they seem to be hungrier for every little break and every little skirmish. And again, they come back, and this time it's Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell sensibly tries to find his midfield partner, Phelim O'Reilly, and O'Reilly, lovely little flick by Dara Donovan. He's so good at that, just waits until the ball is off the turf from his opponent, gets the little flick in, and now he searches for Pat Ryan. That's dangerous in around the square, but Barry Hennessy does well, and Hennessy meets Donald Coughlin, and the referee halts things. I don't know, is he given a free, but he certainly stopped it up.
Yeah, to be fair to Donald Coughlin, I don't think he did a whole lot wrong.
No, he made himself big without really challenging him. Yeah.
Usually the goalies get a free in that situation, right? Don't they? They kind of go down handy and buy the cheap ones after. If Johnny wasn't buying it, but I think you're dead right about him. Seems to have left the whistle at home today.
Yeah, just going in to check on Barry Hennessy, a man who's now on the coaching circuit. There's in fact there is Paddy O'Brien. Yeah, you'll see. Can't keep him away from it, injured or not.
Yeah, Killmallock look very dangerous up top, don't they, Tom? Like every time the ball goes in there, it looks like getting a score. Like, so this is going to be really tricky. That's why Dara Donovan is sitting right in the middle of the D at the moment now, right, trying to protect that Doon backline, trying to get them some sort of a platform. He was looking for Pat Ryan there, but as I said, at this stage in the game, 2-4 to no score down. They need a score. They need to get the scoreboard ticking now. Yeah,
one man we haven't mentioned, I think, was Dean Coleman. He's a huge lass, always a lively forward for Doon. You know, maybe he's someone, if he was playing, they could play to in the half forward line. I think he got 1-1 in this fixture last season in the semi-final.
Good club scoring forward, in fairness, is exactly what you need. So another huge lass to Doon, yeah.
It feels like half the parish out there is injured, but certainly a lot of their key players.
Throwing ball.
Yeah, he's throwing it in. I suppose it was what he thought to be a head injury, as Killmallock again come up with it, and Dylan O'Brien is in there, but Pat Ryan gets it, and Pat Ryan, what are we waiting for? It's gone wide.
Yeah, doing a 5 wide register, that was an unlucky one, but I just keep reiterating the same thing. They just need something. Yeah,
they're getting no breathing space when they do get possession. Like you saw Pat Ryan there was 3 or 4 green jerseys after him, so they're really being swallowed up as Doon get a hold of it. Now we have a free, as Kevin Maher does well. And Johnny Murphy is just going to halt this, and he is going to go in. It's a bit of an issue in the inside line, and one of his umpires, I think, has brought his attention to something. But a chance for Doon now. A very, very difficult. If the Dimmer Burns here, you'd be saying nailed on score, but difficult into that breeze for Cormac Ryan to try and deliver it as Johnny Murphy goes in to his umpires, and hopefully nothing too serious.
No, just having a chat, that's all.
That's all. As Cormac Ryan lines this one up. 70 metres, 63 or 4 metres from his own goal. And he strikes it, but it's going to drop.
Make it.
Oh, it's dangerous. It's played off of Killmallock. Hurley.
65, yeah.
And you swear we were mic'd up to the umpire because he was just about to wave it wide, but we're back for the 65. And you feel now this has to go over for Doon. You have to nail this one, and that's going to be Adam English to take it.
Adam English, yeah. In fairness, Cormac, difficult enough for you as it into the breeze, and we were saying the breeze is definitely probably worth 4 or 5 points, but as I said, just the way Doon are playing at the moment, they're just like a team that needs something, so they'll be all willing this one over.
English, Fitzgibbon Cup winner with UL this season.
No problem distance.
No problem with that, and the umpire finally reaches for a white flag as Adam English nails the 65, and it's taken them nearly 16 minutes of action here to open their scoring, but nevertheless Doon are off the mark, and Killmallock now nearly gone 10 minutes, albeit a disruptive 10 minutes in terms of delays without a score, so something to be positive about from Doon as Conor Hanley Clark onto the left, just a lovely stroke of the sliotar, and it goes over the bar.
He's a gorgeous pair of hands, Conor Hanley Clark.
That's
in fairness, really classy hurler. In fairness to him, yeah. As I said, just that full forward line looked just dangerous. Every time the ball goes in, all 3 of them are dangerous.
Yeah, delightful stuff from him. He swiveled onto his favourite left and just arrowed it over. Didn't try to clear the net too much. Just allowed the wind to do its work and carry that one over. As Adam English gets on this one, and English again is wayward. They're struggling. It seems to be a lot of shots going to the right of that goal. So
they seem to be tailing right. Yeah. But at least, in fairness to Adam English, he looks lively. He looks one of the main Doon fellas is kind of going to make things happen.
He's already had 3 shots from play, so it's been a positive out of that, I'm sure. As Egan seems to like the sight of that Doon jersey. Egan delivers this off, and it's over the bar from Micheál Houlihan. I wasn't sure for a second, but he's certain. And what an arrow through the rough sky here.
Yeah, simple score, long puck out, copy Robbie Egan, easy ball, some score and strike by Micheál.
Yeah, chance now for Sean Og Blackmore, one of the youngsters TJ was speaking about, and Blackmore does well again, but does well to get the shot off, but the shot is not an accurate one. He was under a bit of pressure from 2 Killmallock men.
Puck out gone quick.
And the groans again, again the puck out's lively as Houlihan. He was in the right corner not that long ago, he's over on the left wing now. Sends it back towards O'Brien. This is the ball he loves. Is he fouled? He isn't, says referee. Johnny Murphy, his own Fitzgibbon, and gives him close attention, and then it's Shane O'Brien with another
Aaron Gillan-esque score over the shoulder. He looks very like him as a 13, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But really got such a good ball in again from Micheál Houlihan. So Killmallock's use of the ball exceptional in this opening quarter.
And just like Aaron Gillan, a graduate of the Arts Culreach hurling school, and as a foul in there without his hurley from Killian Hayes, a little bit over eager to hit another man on the way, and then illegally does so as O'Donovan gets on with it quickly. Pat Ryan makes a familiar run, but he's been very well marshalled by Dan Joy. It looks like Ryan, well no, he just runs out of space there. Kevin O'Donnell back to mop it up and clear long towards Conor Hanley Clark. Finally Doon getting the better of this one. Owen Fitzgibbon gives it across to Tomas Lynch, Munster minor winner with Limerick during the COVID years. It's back in goal for his club. As a lot of steps there from Kevin Maher. He never looked interested really in putting it onto the hurley, did he, TJ? And he was just swallowed up as well, which doubled his trouble. I
would say the key difference between the two teams, Killmallock getting that ball, they're using it really well to their inside line. That was a good ball from the keeper, Tomas Lynch, to Kevin Maher. He needed to feed his inside line, he delayed, overcarried. One of the key differences at the moment.
Yeah, Killmallock seemed to be humming all over the pitch. Their full back line doing well, half back line involved, inside line flying it, and Micheál Houlihan in the half forward line is starting to come into it as well. I saw him get one from play a minute ago. Can he notch this free? Houlihan arrows it through And straight over.
Dead straight, just outside the 65. Yeah, so everything going right for Killmallock. 2-8 on the board, almost 20 minutes gone. They will be delighted with that start.
Absolutely superb stuff. Reminder, of course, this is a group of 6 with 4 progressing. But the aim, I suppose, for these sides is to be in the top 2 if at all possible. Get yourself an automatic way into the semi-final. And Killmallock, there's a fine shoulder there. But he still gets the ball away, does Kevin O'Donnell. But Darragh O'Donovan in the sweeper role does exactly what the doctor ordered, mops it up, but his clearance just a little bit too long, and Phelim O'Reilly is back to gather. Gavin O'Mahony seems to have a free role at times. He's been all over the pitch really, and he dishes this one on to Paddy O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin well able to score from distance. Oh, lovely little flick back to Houlihan, and Houlihan gives it to O'Mahony. Gavin O'Mahony's effort, that's going to tail though.
It's a big one, yeah. Second wide for Killmallock. Doon have had 7. But just all too easy for him back there. Just getting the ball, the plenty of time on it, and just too easy.
Yeah, and again the puck out goes in favour of Killmallock, and a chance now for Killian Hayes. And Hayes, referee allows play go on. Hayes has all the freedom of Bruff to give this one to Oisin O'Reilly. O'Reilly spills it, and then he just tried to do a little nonchalant scoop, but Tomas Lynch bided his time and then knocks it out for a 65. But just far too easy for Killmallock to cut through the middle there.
Once he broke the first tackle, yeah, very, very, very easy. He had options either side. Yeah, Oisin O'Reilly, you can see what he was trying to do, trying to scoop it over the goalie. In fairness, the goalie got a touch with 65, but it's just every single time they go down there, they look like scoring, don't they, at the moment?
Yeah, they're hungry for scores. Whichever way you dress it up, 2 goals so far. There could have been a third there. You'd feel there's more there if they continue to play in this vein. So
their main players going well too, like Shane O'Brien with 3 points on the board, Oisin O'Reilly moving ball, Micheál Houlihan getting the scores as well, like scoring the frees. They'd be really happy with everything, won't they?
Yeah, he had the ball down, he was going to take a 64.5, now he's taking a 65.5, but a little bit pedantic from the officials, but nevertheless
shouldn't make a difference with the win.
Shouldn't make the slightest bit of difference, no. He could probably take it back to his own 65, he'd have the legs, but does he have the accuracy? We'll soon find out, no doubt about it, he does.
His second 65, yeah, you can see, as I said, the breeze there, plenty of room there. But yeah, as I said, I'm not sure what Doon are going to do here. They have an extra man back. They can't get any sort of a platform on the middle third, except for Adam.
Superb take in the air, textbook stuff, and he's just brushed by Houlihan late, and we're going to have a free inside. But again, if there's any youngsters watching that, and I'd encourage them to have another glimpse at that field. He had the hurley up to protect himself perfectly, out went the paw, caught it, and was able to just spin away from his man. Textbook stuff, made it look so easy. Yeah,
free from where the ball lands. Referee penalising Micheál Houlihan, just kind of having the legs coming in and with a late tackle. So easy score here for Adam, but he is the one shining light. In fairness to him, Darragh Donovan is starting to get on with the ball now, which is a positive, and Adam English is buzzing at half forward. He is at least winning ball.
Yeah, and steps his way up for the free and makes no mistake. And the English adds to his 65 with a free.
Yeah, 65 and a free. Like, so at this stage, 22, 23 minutes in, no score from play like that is definitely worrying from a Doon point of view.
As the ball goes down towards Oisin O'Reilly, got that second goal. And O'Reilly sensibly turns back and finds Killian Hayes. Hayes has a go. That is going to go all the way over.
Looking good.
It sure is. It's Killian Hayes.
His second point.
And 10 fine points so far in this half for them to add to those 2 goals. As again, English wins the puck out. That is a little bit of a concern, but he's again just a little bit wayward with his effort. But a little bit concerned for Killmallock. I say that in terms of English is getting on a lot of puck outs, but again, there's a puck out, and it's caught by Lynch. There was a shot there from Phelim O'Reilly, or it was Kevin O'Donnell with the effort. Lynch claims it over his crossbar.
This is the problem, Tom, from a Doon point of view. It's too easy for Killmallock back there. They have a free man every single time. The boys have been forced to pump the ball long. Killmallock are pushing up in the middle third. It's a real problem for them, and they're just not improving at it and not getting any sort of a supply. Outside of Adam English, there's nothing really going right for them. Quick puck outs both sides, Tom. It seems to be a tactic. They're just getting them away really quick.
Yeah, and working, you'd feel, for Killmallock that bit more, but in fairness to Doon, in the last few minutes have started to motor as another wide there again from Adam English, left, but yeah, I suppose it is a free shot at goals, and
9 wides for Doon, like that is definitely a concern.
It most definitely is. Adam English has been busy. He's had a few of those, but he's starting to get involved more and more from open play, as well as Killian Hayes that is, runs out of road.
He was unlucky there. He had a nice step inside there, O'Donovan. Yeah, the movement and the puck out, as I said, Killmallock is good, and said their use of the ball is very, very good. So definitely smarter than Doon at the moment, and things working for them.
Yeah, well, 5 minutes, as you can see on our screens there, 5 minutes left in this one, in the first half. These two sides back in action next weekend. I think they're actually down, both teams are down for Thursday night action. That fixture to be confirmed later in the week. Doon playing Patrickswell and Killmallock against Ahan. So games coming thick and fast. Will be breaking then for a couple of rounds of football before being back for the later stages of this group, as Doon search a first score from play, and they're coming back for a free. There's a pull there on Eddie Stokes, and we haven't mentioned Eddie Stokes too often. He's a decent forward on his day. He's finally getting on a bit of possession there. And
there's 5 Killmallock fellas in the picture, and Eddie Stokes, like, he's just not working for him at all up top. Like, as I said, they're not getting a nice ball in there, they're not committing the numbers forward. I know the breeze is strong, and you know, as I said, maybe a couple of scores. It's 25 and a half gone. They need this one from Adam. They need to get 2 or 3 more and try and bring the deficit down before half time.
English with the free, and makes no mistake, his third, to add to that earlier 65 and of course the free about 3 minutes ago. But yeah, as TJ says, only 2 men in the picture there. He was probably blessed to be fouled, because he'd no one off the shoulder, no one really in support, and that is really a concern for Fergie O'Loughlin and co, as Paddy O'Loughlin does well to just spoil things, and Aaron Costello mops up, made his debut in the All-Ireland final. The ball actually not in play when he was on the pitch, bizarre set of circumstances, but nevertheless reward for his endeavours, as Hanley Clark is upended.
He did really well there, Conor Hanley Clark. Looked like Dara Donovan was a guaranteed certainty to win the ball, got the hurley at the right time, forced the spill, tried to flick it up, and Dara fouled him. Yeah, really, really good work from your corner forward. That's what you want to see, as I said, when you're out the field, to see your corner forwards working really hard. And
a carte de buis for Mr. O'Donovan.
Yeah,
I'd say he'll be back in Croke Park tomorrow. Cheering on Cork, Camogie. But his other half, Ashing Thompson, involved there, as Hammy Dawson will see there on screen. All-Ireland champions 4 in a row. He's Hammy, I'd say you might need to change that again next year with the help of God, but in fairness, to one of the most loyal supporters around Limerick, and I'm sure he was disappointed with last night's result for his own club, St. Patrick's, defeated in the Junior A Championship by near neighbours and rivals Old Christians, but time for them to fix that in the coming weeks, as Niall Houlihan lines this one up. Goes through his routine, and the umpires are consulting, and they're agreeing that it's a point. And Niall Houlihan,
he's been fairly sharp in the freeze too, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Blocked down by Shane O'Brien here.
Yeah, here is Shane O'Brien. Gets this little solo away, and Shane O'Brien. Oh, it's gone wide. I wasn't sure. Shane O'Brien looked away, maybe in a little bit of disgust, the second it left his hurley, but the umpire is slow to signal that one wide. Again, Doon in all sorts of bother on their own puck out, as the ball just goes out over the turf, as I thought Kevin O'Mahony was going to let rip there, but he just knocked it out over the line.
Yeah. Killmallock felt that he was fouled there, a little bit of a nudge. It looked like as if, it looked any thought about pulling the right ball out over the line, so it ends up in a Doon line ball. Yeah,
Kevin Maher's no shrinking violet in that case either. I wouldn't be too eager to get involved with either of those two tremendously big men, as O'Donovan looks to do something. He presents it into Pat Ryan, he puts a hurley on it, and I think it hit the side netting. Indeed it did, and another wide for Doon.
Yeah, that makes it 10 wides. I was going to say they could do it a score or two, like at this stage, at 16 points to 3, like it's a big mountain to climb second half.
As I think even as the scoreboard evaded us here, is it 2-11 or 2-10? But it's 2-10 on the ground, in the ground here, as Adam English wins a free here.
Is he giving that for a throw ball, is he? Cheapers, it looked good on the TV.
Yeah, not 100% what he gave that for.
Yeah.
No one in Limerick ever threw the ball, TJ. Come on now.
Yeah.
One of the hot topics through the year, of course, at the inter-county scene, and I'm sure if anyone that saw Aaron Gillan's goal, there was a couple of suggestions that the ball was thrown back to him last night, but nevertheless, whatever that free was given for, it's a point for
Adam English
Adam
and Doon,
English and Doon,
onto 4 points. No score from play in Doon in this opening 30 minutes. Like, that's kind of, as I said, in the second half they're going to really fix that from early doors.
Ball again goes long, almost breaks for O'Reilly, but Doon through Donovan come away with it. And his delivery is blocked there, and again Killmallock hungry for that loose ball. Paddy O'Loughlin sends it back, and now Houlihan in the middle of the field. Lovely little flick off, and just starting to throw the ball around a little bit. I don't mean literally throwing it, but back they come again, surveying their options as Kevin O'Donnell sends it in. Robbie Egan in under it. Fair tussle for that possession as Shane O'Brien kicks it away for himself, going away from goal. He likes to take these ones on. O'Brien with the most nonchalant of flicks puts that one over. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah, it was a perfect bit of play as well. He let Robbie Egan contest the ball, hunted the break, wins the break. Poor puck out again here.
Again, Killmallock benefiting from a little bit of malfunction from Doon as O'Reilly puts it on to Hurley. You'll be doing well to keep up if you're Usain Bolt. And O'Reilly off to Hurley, goes in there and puts that one over the bar and moves them on to 2:13 as Johnny Murphy sounds the half-time whistle. TJ, we've been kind of winding down, if you like, in the half. It's been very obvious what's been happening here. Doon are struggling, Killmallock are firing. 2:13 to 4. Sum it up for us.
The scoreboard tells the story, and for sure 2:13 is a great kind of return from Killmallock. Everything going well for them. Shane O'Brien on fire, 4 points in play from top of the right, looks really dangerous. Robbie Egan with a goal, Oisin Riley goal and a point, Conor Hanley Clark with a point, Micheál Houlihan has scored from play, scoring the frees. All their main players up top buzzing. They look dangerous every time they put the ball in there. They've Aaron Costello sitting in the pocket. On the opposite side, Doon's use of the ball has been really poor. They got really poor service to the full forward line. They've hit 10 wides, some of them kind of poor, some of them poor options. Things not working for them. So really kind of polar opposite dressing rooms at half time. Killmallock will be looking for more of the same. It will be interesting. I'd imagine Doon will push up like that. Donovan sat in the pocket. They're playing with whatever bit of element is there. They need something from somewhere.
Yeah, 2:13 to 4, as you say. Go and put on the kettle there, have a cup of tea. Don't go too far away though. The second half of this one is to come. Myself and TJ Ryan will be back very shortly for the second half. welcome back to Sunnybrough for this evening's Bandscore Hospital's Limerick Senior Hurling Championship match between Killmallock and Doon. And as the scoreboard there on your screen shows, it is Killmallock much too strong so far for Doon. 2-13 to 9, or 2-13 to 4 I should say, ahead at half time. And a difficult half for Doon, it's fair to say. They're just emerging from their dugout. Tom Clancy, is my own name, will be taken through the second half, where Killmallock look to firm up what they hope to be their first win of the campaign, and Doon will look to ignite something and maybe just give them something to build on into the later rounds of this championship. TJ Ryan is still alongside me. TJ, what a half if you're from Killmallock, but really devastation stuff for Doon.
Yeah, perfect half. Killmallock 2-13 on the board. Bit of gamesmanship at half time, then both teams kind of staying as long as they could in the dressing room. Opening 10 minutes is huge here. Obviously 15 points down. What they want to do is try and maybe get the scoreboard ticking. They haven't scored yet from play. They need to make a positive start, try and make somebody of a game in it, because it's important. They're playing again next week.
Yeah, most certainly are. And what do you think the message, that would be the message I suppose from Fergie O'Loughlin at halftime? Just let's concentrate in the next 5, 6, 7 minutes and get something going. Yeah,
they've had 10 wides as well. They're used to the ball and their shooting needs to improve. I'd say that's kind of the key area, and get a couple of scores and play, get a bit of confidence up. The other thing too will be interesting to see, Darragh Donovan, we know, sat in the pocket. I'm assuming they're going to push up with the breeze.
Yeah, well, he's gone into midfield certainly for the throw in anyway, and he wins this one. And O'Donovan looks to deliver it inside, looking for something there, and there's a sub in, as we can see there.
That's Darragh Stapleton.
Yeah, Darragh Stapleton got the goal in this fixture last season, but he's gone in unable to gather that, as Donovan looks for it now again and again. He doesn't even think about his own score. They're hunting something a little bit more, but there's a good hook there on Donald Coughlin. We'll try and confirm who has vacated the Doon team as they look to get their first score from play in this contest. It would have been foolish maybe to suggest that before the game, that they wouldn't score in a half of hurling from play, but nevertheless here we are. A reminder, it was Robbie Egan and Oisin O'Reilly with the scores, as Fintan O'Connor does not agree with that decision. Just a little bit of a frontal collision there with Houlihan, and
he's making the two. Yeah, he's kind of saying the two of them kind of held him up, like, so it was kind of the double tackle.
I was watching tag rugby out in Newell this morning, teacher. That'd be called closing the gap.
Closing the gap. Okay, they definitely closed it.
Yeah, they did. They didn't allow him through anyway, but they've conceded the free. That's the net result of it all. And English was quite decent from frees in the first half, and he continues in that vein.
Yeah, important for them to get the first score. I think that's one of the things they might have been looking for, was to just get the scoreboard ticking and get this lead kind of being reduced.
As Hennessy, his puck out goes quite far, but the wind does hold it up, as a lazy enough hand on the back there from Micheál Houlihan. Yeah,
good movement in the puck out. Kind of Barry put in a nice pocket of space, but in fairness to the Doon player, Patrick Cummins, he got there first, pushing it back.
Yeah, Patrick Cummins wearing 17. Another man who didn't start, so 17 and 21 gone in, as the wide count for Doon has resumed its order.
Yeah, ball very wide, and essentially they're used to the ball in general. In the first half, when they look back, it wouldn't be good enough by their own standards, so that need to come better.
But even if Stapleton, if that ball sticks there, he's a long way from where he wants to be.
Yeah, he's not going to score a goal out there.
No, and would have to recycle from there, as Doon starting to win a couple of breaks at the start of the second half. Oh, look at that, for a pitch out of the sky. Pulls it down, sends it in, and sends it over the bar. Adam English.
I suppose if you're looking for at least a shining light from a Doon point of view, Adam's been electric. He's been their best player. Gets their first score from play. So after 32 minutes, their first score on the board from play.
He hasn't gone hiding. It's fair to say what a take that was. He was arm at full stretch to pluck it out of the sky, and swiveled and fires it over as a pull on the ball there, and then connects with the ankle. Phelim O'Reilly and Darragh Donovan. I don't think there was any malice, it must be said. I'm just watching the replay here as well. He did connect, I think, with O'Donovan. There's going to be a yellow card for O'Reilly, as those from the south of the county alongside us don't agree with it, but
he definitely got the ball and he moved it. I suppose it's Johnny giving it for maybe dangerous play or whatever.
Yeah, maybe the careless use of the hurley if it fall under that. But there's the we just seen the replay here from our vantage point of that take from Adam English. But in fairness to Darragh Donovan, it does look like a sore one. He's a hardy buck, and the free has been brought forward as well.
Yards. Obviously the Killmallock guys didn't agree with it at all, and In fairness to Fela Morelli, as I said, he did get the ball. It looks like it's just for maybe just dangerous play.
Yeah, if you're in green, you can see why you'd argue that. If you're in red, you're saying nailed on free, but this nailed on free has gone over the bar from Adam English. And now the next thing I think for them, TJ, is to try and get someone else on the scoreboard. He's got all 7 so far.
Yeah, but at least they got the first 3 scores of the second half. As I said, that's what they would have wanted. They would have wanted to make a game of this. It was running away in them. They didn't want Killmallock to get the better start of the second half. So, keep chipping away and get a couple of scores off from somewhere else, as you said.
Yeah, Patrick
Ryan
Cummins, cuts it long into Pat Ryan, foraging first. It was the Tipperary GA club in New York who he lined out for last month. As again, ball back to Donovan, the old-fashioned pull on it as Stapleton is in there. There's a good collision there, Stapleton and Paddy O'Loughlin, and O'Loughlin just rolled it into his hand there. Look at the power of the man. O'Loughlin again does well to reset himself, switches it across here. That's a tricky one, but back there is Dylan O'Brien, and he does well and sends a diagonal to O'Mahony. Gavin O'Mahony, great soldier. He's played everywhere now, it seems. He's worn nearly every jersey, it feels like, for Killmallock down the years. As Conor Hanley-Clark, they're looking to ignite in this second half. Clark, though, well bottled up there by Patrick Cummins. He's made a bit of an impact since being introduced, as Kevin O'Donnell gets on it. O'Donnell to Killian Hayes, and Hayes has a go at the post, but that goes across for the first wide of the second half for the ball back. Yeah,
quick puck out again. Killmallock well set up, Doon.
Too quick, maybe, if you're from Doon, as they're hunting scores. Oisín O'Reilly just gets... I think he's maybe that's his favourite hurley. It's after getting broken and he throws the grip down. It's snapped in half. Yeah,
that puck out didn't really work for Doon at all, and it was just too quick. Killmallock had plenty of numbers around the place, and a easy free now, 65 yards out. And Noemi Hall has been striking him in the first half. You'd fancy him to get this one too.
Oisín O'Reilly, don't worry, the grip is still good. As we've a couple of young spectators who had signed jerseys alongside. I said, our autograph hunting here, and that's TJ, that's a byproduct of this Limerick success now. Club games, there's kids of all ages, and some adults too that are making into
and rightly
meet the stars.
Yeah, rightly so. I said what these guys have done is phenomenal, and it's a good opportunity to get up close and personal. They're back in their club colours, and great opportunity for all the youngsters to see them. Everybody needs heroes.
Absolutely. As Micheál Houlihan lines this one up. And Houlihan, just a familiar, straightforward routine and a straightforward result for him. And it stops the little bit of momentum built up by Doon.
Yeah, really, really quick puck out again. As I said, just the very minute the ball goes, not even waiting for Johnny Murphy. He's blowing back this time, but they're coming really quick.
Tomas Lynch needs to know that I'm making a couple of notes here.
Yeah, giving you no chance.
Yeah, absolutely no chance at all. It's just the speed the game is played at now. These days we can have nearly a score a minute some days. Doon will need probably a score a minute to come back into this one, as a lot of players foraging for it. O'Reilly almost breaks onto it, but it's his inter-county teammate, Mr. Darragh O'Donovan, who gets onto it. Goes through a load of challenges, but eventually is stopped by Aaron Costello, and Costello is hit late by O'Donovan. And I'd say there'll be a word from Johnny Murphy here.
I think he's on the yellow as well.
Yeah, he is on a yellow, but there's a word actually first of all from Johnny Murphy to tell the Killmallock bench to just rein it in a little bit.
Down, yeah,
I'll do the refereeing, says he, and tells Fintan O'Connor something of that ilk, I'm sure.
Nothing to see here, just a bit of frustration there from Derry. He had the ball going through, dispossessed, and just getting frustrated and gives away the free.
Yeah, it was Conor Hanley-Clark.
This will be some strike now. Like he's about maybe 10 yards inside his 165 into whatever bit of a breeze is there. Lining it up though.
He is, yeah, he's going for it. Won't make it. It's going to be dangerous enough though. Shane O'Brien is in there, breaks it down for Houlihan. Houlihan pushes off his own man, and Houlihan, that's going to go close, that's going to go over the bar. Micheál Houlihan from play just gets himself a couple of metres of space, makes no mistake.
They just have a lot of targets up there to hit between Micheál Houlihan, Oisín O'Reilly, Shane O'Brien, Robbie Egan.
They're all big men really as well, aren't they?
Yeah. And all on the scoreboard as well.
And even I say Oisín O'Reilly is the smallest of them, and I use that in inverted commas. He ain't a small boy by any means, but certainly height wise is giving a couple inches to his teammates, as Pat Ryan looks to emulate what O'Brien did in the first half and chop it up. But again, Killmallock making it all so difficult for their opponents here. to really get any momentum going and even to get on possession, as eventually they break across. English, no, in fact it's Coughlin. Coughlin breaks through. Coughlin goes towards goal. Coughlin, is he run out of road? He has indeed. I think that's going to go wide indeed. It has been waved wide.
Yeah, good defending by Killmallock. In fairness, Doon Coughlin, he broke the tackle well in Aaron Costa there, but in fairness, the defending by Dylan O'Brien, excellent there. Yeah, good hook. Ball goes out for
and notable ball as well that there was 3 green jerseys in pursuit. I know close to the goal you'd expect to have numbers, but he was very much out of space in terms of getting a clean strike away as Houlihan contested and then gathers, gives it to O'Mahony. Doesn't even look at the post, decides he's going to switch it to Shane O'Brien, and this is where Shane O'Brien really loves it over in this right corner. Oh, look at that, jinks away from his man. What's he going to do after Hurley? Shane O'Brien, he still had a catch available to him, and maybe he'd have been
it deserved a score.
It did, yeah. Although Shane O'Brien probably not taking advice from me about how he should operate, but a rare miss for him, and a second wide of the second period for the men in green, as Pat Ryan isn't able to gather it. Jack Ryan is on it. Jack Ryan off the left. Ryan, where's that going to go? It's going left and wide.
Yeah, they need it when you're trailing by this much. You need all those to go over.
Yeah,
2:15 to 7 still, like, so Killmallock just look in the comfort zone.
Oh, certainly do. They'll always nice, I'm sure, to try and inflict a heavy defeat on your rivals, especially if you're going to meet later in the championship, but it could give fuel to your opposition.
Danger.
Speaking of fuel, here is Oisin O'Reilly. Oh yes, low to the net. Oisin O'Reilly breaks onto the loose ball, and just like that he has his second goal. 2 goals and a point now for him.
All the Doon defenders got sucked to the ball, old-fashioned stuff. Ball down the middle by Barry Hennessy for the puck out, breaks. Oisin O'Reilly quickest to react, and good finish in fairness, nice and low, and tucked it away well.
He's ended up on the deck after. I'm not sure that he decided to make his way around and trip or something like that, but it has come at a cost for him.
Yeah, he's been lively too, in fairness, isn't he? Yeah, real pacey forward and good left side in him there, and good score getter, like, so.
Yeah, and clearly, we mentioned competitiveness in the Limerick panel. Clearly, he was included in a lot of the 26s as the championship went on, and in and around it anyway. So clearly highly thought of, and obviously has been hurling quite well behind closed doors, so to speak.
Yeah, you can clearly see how those A versus B games have been quite competitive, because like when you have guys with the quality of Shane O'Brien and Adam English that we just spoke about there, like when Oisin O'Reilly, Micheál Houlihan, when they're on the opposing forward line, then your A backs have to be on their game, because these guys have got it. Yeah, they're finishers, they've got pace, like, so. Yeah.
Yeah, well, disappointing that he's going to be limping, but he's eager to continue. I'd say he'll
might be dangerous for Doon now, because he's inside full forward on a one-on-one.
He's going to lull him in here now. He's just going to wait inside alongside Owen Fitzgibbon, and then just ask for the ball to be delivered. But in all seriousness, he's in a bit of pain, to be fair, as the puck out goes long. And Doon trying to get something going here in the second half. Adam English on the swivel. Adam English over the bar. And he has caught each and every one of those 6 points, or 8 points I should say, so far. As that was a nice finish from him.
Yeah, Doon Coughlin, in fairness to him, has been good. He's won a couple of balls in there. Good win of the ball there, and good feet to Adam English. Good score.
As the ball is arrowed up. Nothing wrong with O'Reilly on that occasion. What a take in the air. Gives it off to Killian Hayes, and Hayes off the right. The umpires are consulting, and they're agreeing that that's over from Killian Hayes.
That's his 3rd point, but super play again from Oisin O'Reilly. He's been a real shine light. Quick puck out again. Straight down to a Killmallock fella.
Oh, disappointing from Doon perspective, but they win it back. Stapleton gives it inside. Doon hunting a first score from someone other than Adam English, and they finally have it. It is Jack Ryan who gets it.
Yeah, the puck out was poor. Been a bit of a mistake there from Killmallock in offloading the ball, but ends up in a score for Jack Ryan. Yeah, so they have 9 points on the board. 3:16 to 9. 42 minutes gone.
Yeah, a hand leading 2:15 to 1-8. That's the latest. They're playing Kildare-Pallaskenry in Cappamore. It was Barry O'Connell with a penalty for Kildare-Pallaskenry, but Dan Minahan and Tom Morrissey with the goals for a hand earlier.
It's a healthy lead, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I suppose if you were to look at it on paper anyway, those two sides will be vying to avoid being in 6th position, and maybe then a win tonight will potentially catapult them looking higher up the table. But a win would be crucial for either of those to get off to a flyer.
Yeah, and in fairness, last year had a couple of good results, and they seem to be getting closer to the top four, don't they?
Two draws, drew it in a Pierce to get the end, and drew it a Dare, I think, first day out. But it was the ones in the middle that let them down. But when you have players of the calibre of Tom and Dan Morrissey, you're always in with a fighting chance. As Micheál Houlihan puts it over.
He's a radar as well and truly in, and isn't he? He's been absolutely razor-like all night.
Absolutely, as ball sent across and just spilled out there. That's going to be a Doon ball.
This quick puck out's not really working for Doon. They haven't got many of them away, and they haven't got clean possession. I don't have them, but I'd say their puck out stats don't read great.
Yeah, we can see over on the far side Barry Murphy and Graham Mulcahy opposition on this evening, but they're having a nice discussion. Barry Murphy,
his right arm looks like it's in a cast, doesn't it?
Yeah, disappointing for him. He's missing for the next little while, and hopefully we'll see him before the championship is out. And Graham Mulcahy, I'm told, a bit of a calf problem, so again hasn't trained since the All-Ireland final, so hopefully we'll see him back in the green of Killmallock. As the ball sent into Robbie Egan, spilling it, but Shane O'Brien puts a man on the deck. I think it was Pádraig Riney upended it. It's just all too scrappy. Shane O'Brien comes up with it.
Strength of him.
Yeah. He sends it back all the way out now to Phelim O'Reilly, and as the captain on the score sheet, he's not. That's Shane O'Brien. I suppose it's handy when your father's an S&C coach as well, just to help you hone in your early teens and mid-teens. the little bits and pieces needed. Pat Ryan flicks it on. He's going to chase it himself. He is. He has the pace, does he? Dan Joy is there. Pat Ryan gets it, rolls it up. Ryan going to flick it across. Hand pass. Oh, it just comes off the hurley of Donald Coughlin. Maybe lost it in the Killmallock sun, as Paddy O'Loughlin, or in the Bruff sun, I should say. We're halting proceedings here.
Yeah, good work in fairness by Pat Ryan to win the ball. The pass was just a little bit high to Donald Coughlin. Killmallock got back, and is Adam English got a bit of an injury. Jeez, this would be the last thing that Doon would need now, considering how many players are down from last year and with our recent injury crisis. I didn't see anything happening too major there, but
taking off the helmet.
The helmet is off, yeah.
Well, hopefully nothing too serious. He's getting a bit of water.
Yeah, it looks okay.
In fairness to him, I think he actually brought Johnny Murphy's attention to it. Maybe he was a little bit concerned himself, but credit the referee, he halted things, and we're going to resume with an indirect free for Barry Hennessy. He'll be involved in the Kerry Senior Hurling Championship final tomorrow. Yeah,
Killmallock have won the opening quarter here, won 4-5. Is what Doon would have wanted. That goal kind of really taken any bit of steam out of their comeback, isn't it?
It certainly has. As Houlihan gets it, gives it back to Gavin O'Mahony without looking, has a go.
A Gavin O'Mahony swivel.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those down the years, but this one is not too fruitful. And again, Doon going quick with the puck up, but again, they've been snuffed out. Shane O'Brien, he knows where the posts are without looking, and Shane O'Brien, let's put it wide.
Yeah, they're up to 8 wides there now, Doon and 13, but again, that puck out breaking down for them in the Killmallock wide.
As ball taken well in the air there, couple of big hits there on Kevin Maher. In fairness, I thought one of those was a little bit too forceful, but nevertheless, play continues. Here Shane O'Brien has hit a couple of wides in the second half. Can he fire one over here? Well, he can twist his man inside and out. Shane O'Brien, he just doesn't get the height on it. And his shooting has gone to the dogs, TJ.
Yeah. He'll be disappointed probably with the last two.
Pat Ryan's hand pass is not a good one. Killmallock coming through with a ball flicked in towards Egan, but good defensive work there by the number 2, Owen Fitzgibbon, and a free out there. But Shane O'Brien, if we'll ignore the finish, which wasn't the worst in the world in fairness, but what about the little flick over his man's head? He said, put your hurley up there and block me, and then he said, no, I'm not even taking a shot. Flicked it over. Lovely stuff.
Yeah. He's been exciting to watch in fairness all night, isn't he? Like seeing the ball going in there.
Yeah, he's a man of plenty of confidence. As Dara Stapleton just catches the Killmallock man, Dylan O'Brien, on the way out, and I think he's going to be the latest into the notebook.
Yeah, not a lot in that, Yeah, this is kind of falling away. 3-17 to 9 points, as I said, tells its own story, and not a lot going right for Doon. And things that they have to work on the next day. Their puck out hasn't been good enough, their use of the ball hasn't been good enough, and their return from play certainly hasn't been good enough.
And I mentioned Barry Hennessy's involvement with Lixnaw tomorrow in the Kerry final. He'll be looking at a win here, a clean sheet. That's what he's thinking. Tick those boxes, and then get his first title as a coach, kind of manager. So it could be a good weekend for Barry. As the ball sent in by Darragh Donovan, and there's a foul there on Donald Coughlin.
He's been lively in fairness to him, Doon. He's been out in front, and he's getting on a bit of ball, yeah.
It can be difficult for teenagers at times. I think it is his debut, as we said
yeah,
before the piece.
Just out of 17s, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and he hasn't shirked it by any manner of means. It's just maybe it hasn't gone totally his way, but he'll, I'm sure, grow into that jersey as the year goes on, as Adam English lines this one up. English sends that to the left or to the right and wide.
She tailed wide, didn't it? Yeah.
You could nearly hear the sound after hurling. Didn't sound the most favourable.
Didn't catch it clean, no.
As Conor Hanley Clark calls for the puck out, spins his man and gets on it. Hanley Clark off the right. That's not going to be a shot. So Shane O'Brien flicks it down for himself. O'Brien onto the hurley, away from his man. Still has a chance. Shane O'Brien. There will be a highlights package after this one, but we might have a Shane O'Brien one by itself.
Yeah, his 5th point from play. Classy forward. Been worth the out entrance fee this evening for people to come and see it. And I suppose if there's real positives from a Limerick point of view, it's the likes of himself and Adam English. Cheapers, they're 2 nice forwards to look forward to.
Most definitely. And I think they're only going to get better. It's fair to say, as Killmallock playing through the lines. Paddy O'Loughlin on the loop has loads of time with this one. Paddy O'Loughlin, he's just going to steady himself up here, and Paddy O'Loughlin with one of the louder cheers of the evening. The Paddy O'Loughlin fans club find their voice, and Killmallock find another score.
Yeah, 20 minutes in now, Killmallock have kind of stemmed that first 10-minute rush there where Doon got a couple of scores, and it's all too easy now for them. And like looking around the place, I'd say Doon, the old steam has gone out of them. I'd say they have kind of one eye on next week now, and even a couple of supporters even tending to go away there. Like they've seen enough. Like, so roll on next week. They got to mind themselves now and pick themselves up. And did you say it's Patrick Swell coming after their win?
Yeah, Patrick Swell, but they'll be back in this venue.
That's not going to be straightforward.
No, it's most certainly not. And we were discussing before we went on air that Killmallock or Patrick Swell with 3 Limerick stars, 3 All-Stars, and potentially 3 hurlers of the year dotted nicely around their team will always give them a chance. And
I'm definitely in the Aaron Gillan Hurler of the Year camp anyway. I think he's been phenomenal. I think he's been kind of really one of our key players. He's been man-marked every day, and I think that he's entitled Hurler of the Year. That's your couple of cents. Well, he played a bit of winter soccer. I came across him in January myself, and didn't do him any harm.
Did him no harm at all. Just probably reset the mind and reset the body a little, and came back in against Westmeath. It's a little bit under the radar, and was firing on all cylinders when it really, really mattered for Limerick. So credit to him, and he got a goal in 6 last evening. If you'd missed the game, the highlights are available there across the social media platforms, Twitter and Facebook, for Shane O'Brien. He's going to be across those with another one. Shane O'Brien. Oh, that's lovely stuff from him. And they move on now to 3 goals in 20. Superb stuff in just 52 minutes of hurling, and they're not done yet, but Doon now hunting something. Darragh Donovan is in there. Donovan, as he goes to rise it.
Yeah, fouled, yeah.
Killian Hayes.
Everything that was good about Killmallock there. Good use of the ball. Good ball to Paddy O'Loughlin coming out, yeah. Timing of Shane O'Brien's run, perfect. Inch perfect pass. Easy. Well, he's certainly making him look easy anyway, Tom.
Yeah, it's a sub for Doon on the far side. One of the defensive players has been changed. We'll just try and confirm who that is. It's number 19. Yeah. So it's Ty Whelan is in.
Ty Whelan is in to have a go at Shane O'Brien, yeah, not straightforward.
No, I wouldn't be too thankful of the management, but then again, it's always nice to line out for your club regardless of the circumstance, but nevertheless, yeah, go in there and mark Shane O'Brien for the next 10 minutes, see how you get on. If they could leave the 2 men on, they'd have a chance, I think, but Adam English with the free at the other end, and he resets himself after an uncharacteristic miss a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they've reached 10 points, as I said. Yeah, I'd say they're just going to just see out this 10 minutes now and look forward to next week.
Yeah, I think the concern, if they are to kind of trying to pick up some results, the concern for Doon is obviously the scoring damage as well that this will do to them if they ultimately end up tying with a couple of teams. As Gavin O'Mahony, he looks to join them on the score sheet.
Big tail on that one,
yeah.
Gavin.
a good lieutenant of yours in your time over Limerick.
Absolutely, yeah, super stalwart. Yeah, been brilliant for Killmallock as well. In fairness to him, for a long number of years, and he's still kind of driving the lads on. And for those younger players coming on the scene, to have a leader like him around the place is real positive for the team.
Yeah, and he still looks in fine fettle, if I can say so, from my vantage point here, which is a testament to his commitment to the club. And Doon searching for something, and Dermot O'Cummon is in there. Pat Ryan is in there again. Killmallock making it so difficult for them as Kevin Maher kicks it, and he finds Eddie Stokes. Stokes
just
is upended. Will try and bring you a result or a latest score from the other one?
Yeah, just clipped heels there. Killian Hayes on Eddie Stokes. So another free in, straightforward enough routine, I would imagine, for Adam English.
Sean Barry has sent a free all the way to the net from long range for Kildare Palace Skenry, but they still trail 222 to 215 as English adds another free. So that would be a big tonic for Ahan, who didn't win a regular group game in the last 2 seasons. A couple of draws last season, as I mentioned. So if they can hold on in the last few minutes there, that'll be a big plus for them. Big plus for Killmallock so far has been this man, Oisin O'Reilly, looking to add to his 2 goals and a point, but he has done so. I thought that had just tailed, but he adds another.
He's some gears, hasn't he, Tom? Like when he gets inside you, you just know coming back. Like, so you have to make sure you have your wits about you.
Yeah, and again another puck out. I'd say the puck out stats are favourable for Adam English. And claims another one, sends it all the way down. That's going to go into the square, is it? It's breaking. It just missed in there. And Stapleton was in there, as too was Coughlin, but Killmallock's goal comes under a bit of siege, but they live to fight another day in terms of keeping that clean sheet. Hennessy switches it across, the confidence to do so, given the margin. They're ahead by 19 points, and you feel like they can add a couple more in the last few minutes as English is in there for Doon. Gavin O'Mahony calls first, gets it, and
that won't work.
That won't work, yeah, it gives it away. As Darragh O'Donovan, what's he going to do? Sends it into Pat Ryan. The touch comes away from him, but he's able to gather. Now it is Pat Ryan, puts the brakes on, and Pat Ryan off the right sends it to the left and wide, and another one for the men from Doon Bleshka.
Yeah, 15 in total. Pat will be disappointed with that one. He hasn't got a great supply of ball tonight, so he has had no real influence in the game. Outside of Jack Ryan getting the point, all the rest of their scores have come from Adam English. So I said, yeah, work from a point of view for the Doon forwards there. So
Shane O'Connell has come in, he's wearing 18 for Doon, and Donal Coughlin has made way. So Doon going to a little bit deeper in the panel. Early in the season, of course, they have a junior A team as well, and a junior B team, so plenty of interest in hurling out there, there's no doubt about it, but it's been a very, very disinterested evening for them. They'll want to forget this one in a hurry as Houlihan gets it. Houlihan off the right. Lynch is in there, breaks around the square, and it's pulled on, and Owen Fitzgibbon will mop up the pieces for Doon. I suppose after conceding 2 goals inside the opening 7 minutes, they'll be glad they've only conceded 1 since then. But I might have spoke too soon. Oisin O'Reilly for the hat-trick. O'Reilly, he just didn't put it down like he got the last goal, just fires it over. And I thought he was in for the hat-trick, but
he's been on fire, hasn't he? But again, 2 Doon guys coming away with the ball, 2-1. His work rate is good, wins the ball back and gets the score.
As Doon, Adam English frustrated not to get that return ball there from Eddie Stokes, and Stokes, he'll be delighted that he put that one over, with his teammate a little bit frustrated, but it's just a mere consolation at this stage for Doon. And Houlihan takes it on the run, and Houlihan, he is fouled. Tell me this now, could Mr. Houlihan Senior do that now in his pomp?
He was a fair one too, in fairness to him. Yeah, different type of a player. Mihal has been very good for Killmallock over the last number of years, but Mike Senior is a good midfielder in his day, as you'd come across, like, so yeah.
Didn't lick it off a stone, as they say.
Didn't lick it off a stone, for sure, yeah. Killmallock's forwards been very impressive, like you said, Oisin O'Reilly, 2 goals and 3 points in play as a serious return, and Shane O'Brien 6 points, 2-9 between the two of them. Like, it's a huge return, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it would be, in theory, it's winning the game by itself. With only 12 points in reply, as Houlihan lines up this one on the 45.
They've been impressive, in fairness to them. Killmallock, I know we were talking about maybe the steam being out of Doon, but in fairness to Killmallock, they've been really on point. Free wide there.
Yeah, as Houlihan gets that one wrong as Diarmid. Well, it's sent inside there. Kevin Maher.
Just played the hurley, didn't he?
Yeah, he's frustrated with that one, but we'll just, from our own vantage point, where, just
give him
a little bit too much in the back maybe rather than the shoulder.
Yeah,
but
I've said this already, but the Doon puck out definitely needs a bit of work. It hasn't worked at all for him. They've had a couple of players free, and Killmallock have stuffed it out quite comfortably.
Derek Darmer listed as the goalkeeping coach. He'll have work to do this week, no doubt, as
downtown from Paddy
O'Loughlin.
No, she's tailing.
And she tails to the right and wide, and fairness to Paddy, before he vacated his position on the Limerick panel, was certainly very high up the pecking order, such as his talent. Yeah. Good to see him back hurling some good stuff for his club, and he featured in the 2020 final right at the tail end of that one as well, and so he has played his part in that 4-in-a-row success, there's no doubt, as Doon searched something, as Eddie Stokes searches for another. Stokes, though, disappointingly, from this position he scored a couple of minutes ago, doesn't get that one right. And despite winning the league, Doon, as I said, probably not much credence put on that, as Adam English fouls Micheál Houlihan. See, I wonder are these guys a little bit used to, I don't know who refs the AVB games for Limerick. Are they used to the physicality being just up that notch or two more?
I definitely think so. That seems to be a harsh free, and Adam English, I didn't see him even in the replay there doing a whole lot wrong. So yeah, like he kept his hands out, didn't wrap him or anything like so. Yeah.
And I said that all, but Johnny Murphy being an inter-county referee, of course, so he should know about those rules, as the number 10 lines this one up.
Bit like a golf swing, but it's too far left, isn't it?
Yeah. There is the full-time whistle. We're going to have no extra stoppage here, and it is a resounding.
No one's going to complain.
Nobody from Doon is certainly complaining. 3 goals and 22 to 12 in favour of Killmallock. The youngsters are going to flood the field hunting autographs, and fair play to both sets of players from the Limerick point of view for signing those. TJ, very disappointing if you're from Doon, but maybe we were probably overplaying that. Killmallock were superb. You mentioned the inside line, but in all lines of the pitch, really, they had some really shrewd operators.
Yeah, they were absolutely on point. Their forwards were electric, their movement was good, their passing was good, their ball in was good, their finishing was exceptional. Shane O'Brien 6 points, Oisin O'Reilly, if we had to give a man of the match, we'd be under pressure, Tom. The two of them would certainly be at the top of the list, but in fairness, defensively they were strong as well. As you said, Barry Hennessy kept a clean sheet. They only conceded 12 points, so real positives for Killmallock. Beautiful start to the championship. They have a forward line that's capable of winning the championship, I can tell you that. They have very little to find. They've Robbie Hanley and Graham Mulcahy to come back into it. Paddy O'Brien may have a say as well, and as you said there, David Wolfe back, so plenty positives on the Killmallock side. Oppositely, Doon, a lot of work to do. I know I'm missing a lot of players. They need to get some of those guys back, like Barry Murphy. They have another game coming quick. You'd still think there's enough there for them to get into the top 4, but yeah, challenge ahead now, because they've got Parkswell coming in a couple of days' time. They have a bit of reorganising to do. A lot of disappointing. I say the stats and facts won't read well for them. 12 points won't win you a game at senior level, so a lot of work to do there, but I suppose to be fair to them, they were down a lot of bodies. Yeah,
their saving grace maybe in this group is that obviously 4 of the 6 will proceed to the knockout stages. It's no easy feat. They've done it year in, year out, really. I think for the last maybe 6 or 7 seasons they've been in the knockout stages. It will be, I'd say, if they're missing those bodies as it's going to prove a difficult one. I mean, I know Kildare, Pallaskenry and the Han will be lining up the clash with Doon, saying we can take something there as well. But nevertheless, the format suits them. That this isn't the end of their season here, like it might have been the previous year.
It's not, but at the same time, even Kildare in the quarter final last year had a fair rattle off Doon as well. There won't be any easy pickings for them. They need to improve on tonight. Tonight's performance wouldn't beat either two of those either. As impressive as Killmallock were, I'm not sure exactly where they are in terms of their injuries and like all the defenders that they had last year, where they all are, but yeah, they have work to do now. Adam English was a big plus for them. He did definitely hurl well, but they're used to the ball, their puck out. I say some of the stuff that they're going to need to improve on. They need to fix that quick.
Yeah, well, that's all we have time for here in Bruff. We've very much enjoyed your company. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been a StreamSport.ie production of this Limerick GA TV match between Killmallock and Doon, and it is Killmallock who've run out winners on a scoreline of 3 goals and 22 to 12 points.